What is up, YouTube land? Hope you're doing well. We now officially live in a post Five Nights at Freddy's movie world. It exists.
Are you taking your kids to go see that?
They already saw it.
Oh.
They loved it. Well,
Nice.
Ferris saw it. Luna's a little young, but he loved it. Apparently, there were a bunch of YouTubers that made cameos, and everyone freaked out. Like, there's a guy I've heard of called Game Theory that was in it.
Oh, Mad Pat. I don't know anything about him other than he's an obnoxious.
He had a line where he said, "Of course, it's just a theory."
That's so lame. That is so lame.
I've never heard of Game Theory before, but I quickly Googled it and I was like, "Oh, this guy's named Game Theory." Got it. I prefer.
He's probably made $1 million off of FNAF just making clickbait YouTube videos that get millions of views.
Makes sense.
He probably literally made like 7 figures off of FNAF.
I prefer my YouTubers to have less than 1,000 subs. Thank you.
That's soon not gonna be us.
Although
though.
if we get 87 more, we're gonna officially have sold out. It's all over.
I do think that this year is like our highest growth period in like a long time.
Well, let's see.
Which is cool.
Let's see. Spencer takes over doing all the uploads and everything. Biggest growth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's all Spencer.
Actually, I probably took over it like years ago at this point.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just gonna pretend that's it. Once in a while, I'll put in an IRL video, which I feel like helps. I know you're unlikely to watch Eternal Darkness Part, whatever this is, 7, if you don't like Eternal Darkness, or if you haven't watched the rest. I get it. But guess what? I don't care. That's the answer. I don't care. That's right, Jay.
Yeah, we just do this for fun.
That's right, Jay. I got about a third through the Friday the 13th Part 2 from Red Letter Media.
Oh, I was about to say, they just put up Part 2 today. That's literally what I was watching when he came downstairs.
That's right, Jay. Did you know the Friday the 13th movies, especially the later ones, are not good?
What? I don't think any of
Actually, Mike, I don't know why that's Jay. Actually, Mike, Part 8 is my favorite movie of all time.
That's not how you say
I don't know how to do it.
It's kind of like normal.
Yeah. If you want to do Rich, you go, ah! And if you want to do Mike, you go, I'm drunk and I hate everything. How do you do? Question of the part. Let me know in text only. I swear to goodness, if you try to send us audio files, I will absolutely listen to them. But how do you do the Spencer voice? Let me know in text only!
Just be really, really loud.
Yep, there you go. I've known 2 or 3 people in my life that are louder than me. And now since Trevor said that, I'm going to be very... What?
You're going to be Mansrock's voice.
Hello?
Hello. We're using the invisibility spell.
Oh, makes sense.
Don't explode. Don't explode. Thank you. B1400s, load crossbow. Listen, all I have to say is, no citizen of the Vatican needs to own a assault crossbow that can do 2 at one time. I really, like I said the other day, I really, really, really love games or movies or whatever that have multiple parts of history. So it's so cool that the one we did right before this was Maximilian. I think it was right before this. Or maybe 2 before. 2 before. And he's literally using the flintlocks where he has to, like, manually shove the things down it. Yeah, he has the, I don't know what they're called, but you have to, like, push the gunpowder into the muzzle. It's so cool.
I can't imagine that didn't just cause, like, every, like, I don't know.
Oh, so last part you were asking why we need to pick up the 5-point sigil. This is the reason why. I completely forgot that it existed.
I can't imagine that, like, maybe 1 out of every 10 times you fired a flintlock, it would just explode in your face. Like, that had to be a thing, right? Because you're literally like, let me put this bullet in, let me shove this gunpowder in.
Yeah,
like, no way. It has to, like, fail a lot, right? Like...
Like, during the Revolutionary War, they had to be like, Jeremiah just had his flintlock explode in his face. Oh yeah, but what I was saying is, I love that, and then you go back to Paul Luther in 1400, and they're using crossbows and stuff. Lying in a pool of his own blood is the custodian, Paul's only ally in his fight against the darkness. His soul no doubt lingers, fused to an altar on which his life has been taken, watching over his own rapidly cooling corpse. Feeling all hope escape him, Paul's situation is suddenly 1,000 times more desperate than before. Now he is alone. Alone against the darkness! Oh. That's not the end of his thing, right?
You are a clever
Although
man,
this is
Brother Luther.
2 more minutes.
Wanting answers to clarify your new position as fugitive, you seek them out, and this is what you find.
Also, I love how you immediately came here from meeting with him, and yet he's been dead for like a while.
Yeah, he gave you the sacrificial dagger that he said that he found on his bed, like a foreboding, like, warning about how he's probably going to die soon. And then you use the sacrificial dagger on that weird, like, coffin, and you can hear the custodian screaming. But then you find his corpse in this room, so it's hard to tell exactly what's going on.
Right.
Luther might have killed the custodian and then, like, Pious, like, transported the body to this room, or it could have just been, you know, a sanity sort of like manipulation. It's hard to say.
Yep, that makes sense. And it doesn't really need to have an answer, that's the best part.
Body and mind, in the name of our true Lord.
Chattur'gha.
Come, my children.
Uh-oh.
Feast on this morsel, and let us return to our preparations.
Alright. So, my question in this universe is,
They cute.
how does one choose the elder god that they worship, right? Like, what would cause him to be like, oh, Chattur'gha's my guy, right?
I think it's just because he touched the artifact that corresponds to it. I don't think he's actually like. I mean, he's subservient to them, but it's mostly because of like the artifact. Like,
wait, no, only Pious touched them. I'm talking about like the other people, like these monks and stuff like that.
It's hard to say.
All right, if you had to pick one of the 4, which would you worship?
I think the worst one is definitely Xelatoth. Xelatoth is the god of insanity, and her zombies are... I'll show you the anatomy book for this later, but her zombies exist because of...
The door is decorated more than most within the catacombs. Sensing an immense evil behind the door, Paul wonders if the ceremony the monk had mentioned earlier is taking place behind it. Should Paul enter and put an end to this heresy?
Yeah, let's put an end to this, once and for all. Anyway, Xelatoth zombies exist because of, like, unending screaming and curses inside their bodies. So, like, they're not even, like, flesh. They're, like, wrapped together with bindings, like bandages, and, like, their inner being is literally, like, a non-substance of insanity.
Oof.
So, Xelatoth is easily the worst, because if she came to the world, she would probably just, like, resurrect everyone into, like, unending, like, bloodshed. Whereas Chattur'gha would probably just eliminate everyone all at once. And then Ulyaoth is... Ulyaoth is kind of like a fedora tipper. He's like so hung up on his own intelligence, so... I guess I would choose Chattur'gha.
What about Mantarok, if that was a choice?
Mantarok seems very sussy.
Okay.
Because
at
least Chattur'gha, I would just die. I wouldn't suffer for a turn.
You know what? That's fair.
Xelatoth's the worst because it would be eternity of insanity and suffering. Ulyaoth is hard to say, and Chattur'gha you just die. So clearly, Chattur'gha is the best.
The task of my liege and greater guardian is to guard this place. Do not worry about this world.
Oh, okay, that's why you said it. I get it.
We will dispose of him.
Oh, you didn't even know that was...
I definitely forgot that.
But there's other...
So why... Oh... R.I.P. Paul.
So depending on the god that Pious picked, this thing is different. So the Chattur'gha demon is obviously just a big beast. The Ulyaoth one is kind of looks like a jellyfish a little bit, and also just stomps the monk to death, Luther. But if you choose Zelatoth, the Zelatoth one is the most unique. He doesn't have a head, and he's just like a spindly floating thing. And what that one does is literally explodes Luther's head without like touching him.
It's insane that they're 95% of the game is the same, but that 5% difference is so cool that it's unique in each set. My dearest Alex, I am glad that you have followed my paper trail thus far. I know I can depend on you. This will be the hardest part of your journey. Look for the 88 keys to continue your journey into the past. Your loving grandfather, Edward.
88 keys? What does he mean by that?
That's an awful lot of keys. Do you want to go mess around with the ebony and ivory, though?
What that?
I think when someone has so many keys, you're bound to get out of tune.
It almost makes me want to play some music, am I right?
What? Seeing the piano stirred up distant recollections of Paul Luther's story in Alex's mind, the echoes of those notes within the cathedral echo also within her own consciousness. Her hands are drawn to the keys almost out of their own accord. Should Alex play the piano? Ba 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 ba.
It's so cool that the Tomb of Eternal Darkness, like, just touching it imparts knowledge to you, but imagine being able to touch a book, and all you do is, like, read a page, and you're fluently, like, amazing god-tier master at piano. That'd be so cool.
It'd be cool, also kind of scary.
It'd be scary, yeah.
Depending. I mean, if it was, like, the Necronomicon or something like that, you'd be like, oh, I am the devil now.
But imagine if you could touch the Tomb of Eternal Darkness and you could just play Holy Wars by Megadeth perfectly on guitar.
What manner of forsaken being are you?
Look at that background.
Does look
You
pretty
see
cool.
me in my true form. You are a gifted man. Take this one and use him as the foundation for the pillar. He is special and should be given a special place among the suffering.
There's a lot of suffering.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what this pillar is for.
Much has been written about
I guess
the
it's just like
exploits of
unending blood
conquerors.
sacrifices
In the
to
context of history, one man's
complete some
champion
sort of
is another
ritual to
man's
bring the
nemesis,
god into this
hero
dimension.
or murderer.
Makes
But
sense.
they don't really explain it at all.
I mean,
What is not
especially
is far
Chattur'gha
more
seems like one of
interesting.
those elder gods that would be
The
like,
Tome of Eternal
sacrifice a bunch of
Darkness
people for me,
mentions
for I am
Venetian
great, or
artist
whatever.
and architect of the Renaissance.
And it just seems
named
like that would kind of
Roberto
work out.
Bianchi.
Oh, this
One
guy,
reward to find
the
inspiration.
Chunkster.
So this
He was
might be
captured
the
by a
worst chapter.
war,
I know I said that the
expanding his empire. He
the
forced
Edwin
Roberto to
chapter
use his
is the worst,
architectural
but this
and
is
engineering skills
probably the
to
second worst,
construct
if
a
not the worst.
monument to
Roberto
his
is the worst
greatness.
character in the game.
To complete his task, he must
Middle East,
survey the site.
1460, alright.
The reason why I think the Edwin chapter might be second worst instead of worst is that this chapter is also, like, pointless. You don't do anything. But you'll see.
Yeah, so he's an architect. So you have to go around and, like...
Survey the site.
survey. That's the word I'm looking for.
So you have to go through the entire site again of the Forbidden City. But the problem is that Roberto is fat and useless. He's also
Did you
dumb as
think we would
bricks.
trust you, Bianchi? Even though you are graced with the generosity of our liege, you are still his prisoner. As I said, finish your
I'm
work
both of these
quickly,
guys, and I have their
maybe
chin
we'll
beards.
drag you out of this hole.
So he's like, Roberto must survey the ruins of this ancient temple. The rooms he must survey can be found on the map. Only when these areas have been inspected can construction begin.
So there's only like a couple rooms that you actually have to like do anything with, but if you forget to do something and then you're just wondering around what to do, it's like, this is definitely a chapter that you can get like hard stuck on. But look how slow he is.
Roberto, go slower.
Also, his stats suck.
I actually completely forgot about this guy.
Yeah. Because his chapter is probably the most pointless in the game.
Am I reading this?
It's just basically like, maybe the next ones you should read, but that one's pretty much just like, structure looks okay,
Not great.
but bad also. Oh, I should take that. Actually, I don't think I had to fight a single enemy in this entire chapter.
That's
Because
cool.
this chapter is brutal, with so much stuff thrown your way, and Bianchi has absolutely nothing good. He gets a crossbow, and he gets that generic sword. That's all he gets. And we don't even get the Tomb of Eternal Darkness until, like, a little bit from now. So I'm just running through everything.
I would immediately go up and be like, sir, there are zombies here.
Yeah. He'll do that later, but once he's finished.
I mean, I guess you could continue to construct this thing, but there are literal zombies. It's always cool to see other NPCs that aren't, like, dead yet,
Yeah.
you know?
And the bone thieves haven't infested them yet.
Dust and rock falls from the roof through a fault in the stone. It is difficult for Roberto to assess how sturdy the place is, but it needs a lot of reinforcement if it is to be built upon. So essentially, it's all bad
Yeah,
so far.
It's bad.
Well, this is the same place Pious was, what, 1,500 years
Yep.
ago?
They reused the Forbidden City 4 times, so this is the chapter that they used the most.
Show me Paul Luther. Show me Paul Luther's card. Yeah.
Oh.
Only 2 more. Boom, 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 boom.
Man, he has so little magic that I can only do mana pool once. And nothing else.
Absolute rip. Remember me, Alex?
Help me, Grandpa. I can't take this anymore.
Don't be so weak, Alex.
Oh.
You have a stronger mind than this. I didn't bring up a weakling. Not a scared wretch of a girl.
The grandpa?
You kept all this from me. You kept me alone. You shared nothing with me.
I couldn't. I could never give you the burden. I just wanted you to grow up. To grow up and leave me alone.
Whoa.
Why couldn't you have been killed with your parents?
Keep reading.
This isn't really happening. This isn't happening.
Oh. Wait. I only have one bolt. I hope there's some in this room.
Narrator.
Well-
There was not.
I think there was one in the later room, but whatever. Ooh, maybe I can use magical attack on them. That's not what I meant.
Now you gotta wait for your stupid mana to get back. Just so you,
Nine. Yeah.
just so you can save 30 seconds.
Piece of crap. Magical attack takes a lot of mana. Hey, we're...
You
Oh,
sa-
both of them died.
You
Cool.
saved that guy who was cowering in fear over these little chihuahua creatures.
Hey, bud.
Summon zombie.
So the enemies can, like, hear you, which is why they're, like, pointing towards me, but if they can't see you, they can't really do anything. Which is cool, because this chapter sucks. I just want to run through it. Hi, would you like to fight horrors as Bianchi? No, sir.
Well, luckily. Oh!
DTFO.
Oh my goodness! You got the invisible spell like a little bit ago?
The invisibility spell is the reveal invisible plus Man's Rock Rune.
So there's a chance there's a good chance you would not have.
Yeah. In fact, I would say invisibility is, like, too good. It kind of breaks the game. One of the 2 times ever I'm going to use this spell.
Yeah, I'm thinking based.
Yep.
why don't you step on it?
Yeah, I probably should do that.
Ruh-roh. The Flasher. That's what I'm gonna call him.
He literally is the Flasher. Don't summon a... God damn it.
Ulia. How long does the invisibility last?
Good while. I'm using a level 5 spell, but it probably lasts like a minute.
Ain't bad.
Game time.
Ooh. The room.
Venture no further, or be struck down where you stand. Who? What? I am the guardian
True.
of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall.
So this
enter
chapter takes place in
except
1460, and the Kareem chapter is 565, so it's been pretty much 900 years.
You are the chosen. For many years, I have tested those who
Yeah,
came
very
here, and
many
all have
years.
failed.
And literally killed everyone.
You are unaffected by the power. I
So, like,
wield.
what? If you're just in there working,
Must
and you walk
surely
into it,
be
it's
the
like,
chosen.
I'm a ghost, you're dead. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Kareem has to prevent anyone from touching the artifact, because he'll just turn into the next Pious.
True. True.
Now my duty is complete.
I would like to see an Eternal Darkness 2 where there's like 2 Piuses and they fight against each other, you know? Kind of based.
Be cool.
Not literally, but it's more like almost like a political thing where they're like constantly taking each other down, you know?
Yeah, the interesting thing is that definitely the cliffhanger of this game is that Mantarok is probably going to be a big bad in the next game, but I wonder what they would do for world building beyond that.
Is he literally gonna touch it?
He basically said that he could feel that it is corrosive, and he took it with his like cloth, which I guess is good enough.
I freaking guess. Why didn't Pius know? Dang dumb Pius.
Oh, Bianchi, you are so fat.
What? Dude, Mantarok is literally like subtitles needed. Wow, this is still going.
Piece of crap.
They're gonna send you to the Shadow Realm. Bleh.
Okay, I need I need mana now.
Nope. Wow, it does not take that much.
For invisibility, yeah. And I need to cast Reveal Invisible. The regular one.
No.
Oh, I forgot to pick this up. The shield spell is in the Luther chapter, but as you can see, we can still use it anyway. But oh well.
I'm very upset. Ulia!
What?
How are you supposed to know that?
So in the next room, you have to use Reveal Invisible, and as you're coming back, you're just gonna see it. So you can see that.
Oh.
So I just combined the two. Oh, the Reveal Invisible actually counteracted my invisibility. That's interesting. I'm still wrong, though.
Yeah. I love the infighting. Games that do infighting between different enemies is so awesome. Doom, obviously, being the big example. Oftentimes, different demons will just fight each other, and it's so cool.
I like this party.
The tall guy's like, huh. How'd he get in there? How'd they get in here? The structure of this area could be priest.
Well, the reason is actually pretty evident.
Oh, they're all
bone thieves. They're not going after me because I'm in visibility, but the music is active.
Yeah.
May
makes sense. Man, he has a ton of enemies.
Yeah, that's why I'm just running through
Like, this
everything.
is crazy. I understand at this point you have a pretty good amount of magic, and, like, you don't just want to be, like, going in guns a-blazing, but holy crap.
Run, Bianchi, run!
No.
Or your very light jog.
The best I can do is a light jog.
Oh, I actually do have to kill 2 enemies in this fight, or this chapter.
It's over.
It is over.
I want a safe. Or Saif.
You did it.
Oh, yeah.
No! Bop. Bop.
Dude, how long do you think it took them to make that literally 1 second cutscene?
It had to be, like, at least, like, a week or 2. Game development takes so long, even
Yeah.
back in 2002.
Yeah. Literally a 1 second cutscene. Ah! Dead. Oh, okay. Can you just run past them, or would that not work?
Oh. No, because I have to assess that room. I'm glad that you mentioned it, because I literally would have left without doing it.
The dilapidated...
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, so, yeah, all of them essentially said the same thing.
Okay, I missed one.
So he's gonna come out and just be like, this place is crumbling.
So I wasn't paying attention, I missed one. I don't remember which one it is.
Oh. It's actually...
Oh, it's the room where Kareem was. Okay. I did that my first playthrough and I had no idea what to do.
I'm not gonna lie. Crossbow
it's the
Chads,
same.
it's over. Crossbow Chad's not like this. Yeah, become invisible.
Eh,
Nope.
the flasher.
Wait. You're invisible, right, or no?
Yeah, they just naturally just take away your sanity just by existing.
Things are bad.
Okay. Alright, not too bad. And now we return to the entrance. Alright.
Does Roberto have the least words spoken by far of any character you play as?
Yeah.
Didn't when he faced Kareem, he said who, what, and that's all he said, right?
And he says some words in the last cutscene, but not many.
So
it's-
literally, this
it really just feels like a filler chapter.
this voice actor has to be like another voice actor that just like filled in. There's no way they just hired a guy to be like, say these 10 words. Who? What?
Huh?
And he probably says something like, "This can't be happening!" Like if like a sanity effect happens.
Yeah, we
or
already
whatever.
heard that.
Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's right, with the Tome of Eternal Darkness.
Oof, oof. I don't need to do this at all, but it's a good excuse to stand still so you regain
Are these both
Stamina.
thieves too?
No. They're fine for now. But I do think that every human NPC in the game, like, given enough time, will just become bone and thief infested.
Not cool. Hey, let me up. Do you need the red and blue statues for, like, right now, or are they
No.
for later?
I just needed to get the blue statue to pass it on to the next guy.
You had to, or it's a bonus thing?
It's a bonus
Do
thing.
you bring me, architect?
I'm sorry.
The foundations are infested. Demons and devils. Many lives will be lost if you try to build there.
You have done well to complete your goal, Bianchi. The construction will continue as planned.
Okay.
But the demons!
You'd be insane to build this. Silence, dog. What dwells beneath the Forbidden City is the very reason it was built. For you to understand, you must witness it firsthand.
That sounds good.
Let me educate you. Guards, put this one with the others of the sacrifice.
Yeah,
I am the
brutal.
Scourge of God, appointed to chastise you.
This is like
That sounded like Kendo.
You are wicked.
this is like
I am more wicked than
not
you.
even a ridiculous thing that probably exactly happened in history
Yeah.
because humans are the worst.
Now you, architect.
Like for what reason? Like what did he
Your
do?
largest contribution to this project.
Largest, get it?
Especially like some of the really old civilizations like the Aztecs or whoever worshipped like Quetzalcoatl, like were brutal and like just constantly did blood sacrifices.
Do you get that? He said he was the largest part of the structure.
Because he's fat.
Got him!
So yeah, Bianchi gets Kareem's like the Zelatoth essence, but then he just dies anyway. So he's gonna pass on the Zelatoth essence to another guy,
But how
which is why it just seems so pointless
How
as a
does-
chapter.
it's a physical item that he has on him.
It's not. I honestly think it's a filler chapter. It just doesn't really fit like that well.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to figure out how the physical item gets from there to the next person.
Well, his, like everyone else, his ghost lingers.
Yeah.